Welcome back, guys. We're here at Nordhagen Beach, and today we're going to build something a little bit different. We're going to shoot for a kind of modernized house with modern architecture, a nice little feature wall, maybe even pull down the back. And I know this deviates, away from what Fallout's about, but the thing is, I was looking at the settlement and I'm thinking, well, how cool would a nice little beachfront house be? A little pull down the back, outfitted with some cannons and whatever else. And so I had this design in one of my other settlements, but I didn't end up finishing it, so I thought now would be a good time. And what I'm going to do is just build the same kind of thing, but build a little bit different, I guess. So what we need is, and what I've used is these shack floors, and I built them 4x5. Okay, so you want kind of a squarish kind of slab, and then we're going to have these other shack foundations straight through the middle here. Okay, and so you only want 4 of them. And then last but not least, you just want these ones back down again, and we're just gonna have 6 of them. Okay, so just 2x3. This is basically just gonna be a separate room. And look at these guys, hey, just watch me build a house. Alright, so now this start bit here is just gonna be like a balcony or slash veranda. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put one wall in there, and then we're gonna run these shack upper floors across the top. And we're going to use these mainly for all our floors. Anything above the first floor, of course. Next, we're going to build the, it's going to be kind of like a feature wall. So what I do is you just place anything in really that you can snap a shack foundation to, a concrete one. I'm going to run these across, and this wants to be about 3 high, okay, from the very base of the house itself. So 3 high and about 4 across, I think. And also, this is also how you build concrete walls and floors, etc. Someone did ask me how to do it, how to level out Spectacle Island, and it's pretty much the same concept of just making sure that you can snap something perfectly underneath and above it. And so we'll put a door in there. We're going to run this across because it's going to be part of our feature wall, and kind of like a bulkhead. Anyone who has any construction experience or anything like that will know what I mean. So we're gonna do the same kind of thing here and build another kind of bulkhead, but this one's gonna be a little bit different because obviously there aren't smaller concrete shack floors that we can use, so we're just gonna substitute with what we got, because we do that a lot in Fallout, right? You're always forced to substitute with something because of the limited prefabs and everything else. So we'll just go ahead, we'll put a roof in here, and we might even make a little balcony up the top here, and have a little walkway going around the back, something cool like that. So we'll put a back wall in here, cover this up. This may be a kitchen or maybe little cruise quarters or something like that. Alright, so we're going to take this floor out. We're just going to put a wall in here. So we've got a kind of walkway, little doorway to enter this area. And I'll put a stairs out the front. So you have kind of like 2 main entrances. And we'll just put our second floor in now. And one thing to keep in mind, guys, is that usually if these floors don't fit in properly, it's because they need to be turned. I don't know why they do that, but that's just one way around it. So we're gonna build this maybe 3 across, because we're gonna build another little kind of balcony upstairs, which will be like the master bedroom with a kind of balcony looking down over the living room and everything else. We'll put a stairs over to our right here, and just try and sort of go as modern looking as we can. Just for the sake of the design. So we'll put another little walkway here, and this may well be our walkway to the back area. So we'll build this towards the back, and then we'll build this around. It's going to be kind of our upper floor balcony here. So we'll run these all the way across, and give ourselves a little open sort of area here, give you a bit of a view down into the living area, and then we'll just finish these roofs off. So run these all the way across to the back corner. Okay, now we'll start thinking about the walls here, and we'll just run these across for now. I'm not sure whether we might actually bring these out or bring these in. I'm not entirely too sure yet. So we'll take the floor out, that way we can run our wall through here and give ourselves a little bit of a balcony around the front there, or veranda. And just pop this floor back in, and that way we can just put this last wall in here and just leave the 2-space gap just for the moment. Because what I'm going to try and do is bring the second floor in a little bit on the left side. Okay, that way we can kind of just pronounce that bulkhead just a little bit more. Think how we can do this. So we'll bring this in one more, and that way we might be able to run our upper floor wall flush against these smaller blocks just here, and it's going to give us a little bit of a gap from the upper floor to the bottom floor. So take all these walls out, and yeah, so we'll run that flush against these smaller blocks here, and we're going to leave ourselves a little bit of a gap at the end there, which is going to be kind of like our back door to the rear balcony that's going to run around the other side of the house. So this one here, unfortunately, you're just going to have to place it in yourself as best as you can, center it as best as you can, and the other side shouldn't be a problem. We should be able to just pull that floor out and chuck one in right there. So to fix these little gaps we got above our walls, we're just going to chuck some more shack upper floors in. Run these straight across, and what you'll find is you'll have a 1-space gap on one or either side really. I'm going to leave my gap on the right side because don't worry about these, we will fix them later on. So let's just go and have a look at this, and don't worry about the bottom floor. We're gonna fix what's going on there. Just looking at our shape, we'll just put our back walls in, and then we will fix up this little bulkhead right here. We need to make this look like it's a sort of a thicker wall, if you know what I mean. That doesn't look too bad. So we'll just put only need just some small blocks to put up the top here. So just level it out a bit more, make it look more like one piece. So chuck those in all the way across, and then now the problem we're left with right now is that it looks like it's kind of floating there. So what we'll do is just chuck a few of these little wire fence poles in. These are actually quite handy to make things look like they have support. So we'll just run a few of these all the way across. Depending on the level of the floor, you may find that some might be just chilling there on their own, not really looking like they're doing anything, so we'll just run these along. We're definitely not going to get one in the end there, so, and here for instance you see one in the middle here. Yeah, it kind of doesn't really have much purpose, so we'll take that out. And now we'll just run some rails around so we can kind of get a picture of what we're looking at here, in the way of balconies, and it's just sort of what we're looking for the end result. So run this around, and our balcony is going to go around the entire house. So might just actually take these out, because what we can use are shack upper floors here to run straight through to the other side. And you know, this will just sort of just make it look a little better, rather than having these kind of thicker upper floors and then these small ones everywhere. So we use the small ones here to run around the side. This is going to go to our balcony on the right hand side. Just going to kind of give you access to the roof, I guess. So run some more railing around the side here. Just makes it a bit easier. There's nothing worse than, you know, trying to navigate through balconies and narrow areas and, you know, constantly falling off all the time. So we use some more on the inside here as well. And yeah, these probably look much better with glass railings or something like that, but you know, we kind of just make do with what we got in Fallout. Hopefully Bethesda will give us some really cool prefabs in the next DLC, hopefully. Or so anyway, we'll just go ahead and we'll finish the railing on the outside balcony all the way around. And I guess, you know, Fallout wasn't designed for these kind of structures, so you know, modern houses and stuff. We were meant to be stuck with little roof shacks and all that kind of stuff. So, alright, out the back here, we're going to build a nice little outdoor pool. Got some ideas for there. First things first is, let's just go ahead and put our walls in here. I'm going to run these all the way around, I think. Yeah, so that doesn't look too bad. We'll kind of fatten up the bottom floor just a little bit. Just give it a bit more structure support, and what we'll do is I'll just chuck a floor in here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to run these light boxes up the top. It's going to be kind of like our feature wall. You do see it on a lot of modern houses and stuff like that. Now, yeah, it's probably not going to do the exact same thing, but we'll just try and see what we can do with it. So we'll just run these up, and I don't know if I'm going to run it completely flush against the wall there, but we might just try out a few different things. And you know, you can put them flush, like completely flush against the back wall, but the thing is that if you do that, you won't be able to wire them. So anyway, moving along, we'll put the walls in, and we'll space out the back here, because it's going to be our little walkway down to the pool area. Actually, yeah, we might even chuck some shack upper floors straight in here, kind of like we did on the other side. That'll help just sort of neaten everything up. And let's put these ones out, so I'm going to go ahead and move these. And we'll just place these ones right in there, kind of like we just did just earlier. That's going to, yeah, it's pretty flush up against the wall. That looks much better. Just straighten these out a bit. Okay, now we'll go and finish off this balcony out here. This can be a larger one, so you know, this is what you could do out here. And we'll just run our single blocks across the front here, across the back, sorry. And then just finish off the railing. Okay, so this is quite a large balcony. This will be probably the biggest one. And we've got a nice little walkway outside. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so put some little small floors in the top here, and just run them across. This is just going to kind of tidy up that little gap just a little bit. Like I said, we'll do something with that later on. I might even put a little turret platform or something in there on both sides, or you know, work something out. And now we're kind of starting to get somewhere. Don't look a bit modern and a bit crazy looking, so we'll take that out. Keep our front door and back door in line. There's a 2-space gap at the top. And now we're going to get us some better lighting for this next bit. And what we're going to do is just build a little sort of pool area at the back here. So I'm going to do this by just chucking a shack floor in, and we're going to try to get this pretty flush to the back wall here, as close as we can. And we need to try to sort of just center it to the back doorway, because I'm going to have a little stairway going down as well. Probably pretty difficult with the shack floors, only because the ladders don't seem to really travel through shack floors for some reason. Okay, so it's not too bad, but probably don't want to center it like that. Yeah, we'll take them out. What we'll do is try to get this halfway between the feature wall just here, and we'll throw our next one in. Not going to get this too far out because our boundary line's just there, of course. So it's going to be a pretty small pool, but and pretty relevant. But it's it's just a sort of cosmetic kind of thing. And that's not too bad. So those ladders are way too small. I'm gonna move that over this side. Now we might just chuck our little walkway in here. This is where our stairs. I'm going to make kind of a two-way stairway going down. So we'll just chuck our railings in here, and I mean you can always chuck, you know, walls in or whatever you wanted here. I just thought the railing looks a little better. So we go all the way around. Now we're going to need to work on our stairway. So yeah, this is a little bit difficult because you know, nothing travels through the shack floors. So what I've done is just put kind of like my little turret platform idea, where I just put a small floor snap to one of these small stairs, and you know, just do that on both sides, and just put some railing in, just to, I don't know, just so it doesn't look so plain. And do this on both sides, and that's pretty much it. I just put a couple of pot plants in and stuff like that. It looks, you know, looks pretty neat. Let's fix this railing up. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put a little wall in here because it just looks a bit funny having the stairs hanging out. Just take these stairs back out, put the floor back in, unfortunately. Get in there. Okay. Put my stairs back in, and just don't forget to decorate, you know, furnish and stuff like that. Just as you're going, just kind of helps you sort of adjust things better and move stuff around. Put my stairs in, and now just on the lights, you can do kind of this design, and one around the outside as well. Or I chose to just put just kind of one feature wall straight up through the middle, which just kind of divides the house. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now last of all, we're just going to put one more little wall in, down the bottom here in the living / dining area. And it's just going to kind of divide it up a little bit, so it doesn't just look like one big fat sort of room. And so that's pretty much the end result. Obviously we had defenses and stuff like that. I finished it, just put a bit of a sort of living area, a dining area, and just finished off the pool. Added just, you know, it's all only just lightly furnished. You can do a lot more with it. Just make sure you put the right defenses up. I haven't really designed this place to be, you know, locked down pretty tight, so you want to put your own defenses in, maybe even run a perimeter, or you know, whatever you like. I've just put little turret platforms up here for just cover up those little holes, and just a couple more down the bottom as well. And you know, like I said, just put whatever you want in there, decorate it how you like. And I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thanks for watching, hope you guys like it, and just, you know, if you did, please don't forget to hit that like button for me, and like always, I'll see you guys next time.